All right, perfect. So we'll go ahead and get started. So thanks for coming to our training today on New Hudl. I'm hoping that this training is super beneficial for you all and that you can take some of this knowledge back to the other coaches on your staff and help get you trained up on New Hudl. So to start with, once you log into your account, you'll see your home feed here, and we'll just click into New Hudl on the navigation bar. And this will take you into our new platform. So you'll see the library page has changed just a little bit. So where it used to be organized as schedule entries and kind of those film folders, we now organize this film by your opponent. So you'll still upload your film the same way you've always done it and attach those to schedule entries, but we'll want to make sure that those are on the correct schedule entries so that the film appears by opponent. So if you're looking to self-scout or watch any of your own games, you can select your team from the top here, and then you will see your schedule entry and by opponent. So if we want to view any games against any of these teams, we would just click on that. You'll see we do have the filters here that will still give you the option to upload it as game footage, practice film, or opponent scout film. And then over here on the right, you'll see that we've got a year here. So if you play the same crosstown rival year over year, you'll see continual entries for each of those playlists against that team. So this makes it really nice to go through and find that video quickly, since you're more concerned about watching video against a specific opponent instead of a specific schedule entry. The other great way we have to find the playlist that you're looking for here is the search bar. So you can now search for any film that you're looking for, and that will pull that right up. We also have these three dots here that will act similar to the settings icon in Classic. So you can either share film this way, send it to assist, view your box score, and then the edit button will open the online video editor. Copy or move will take you to your manage library page. That's the exact same as it has been. And then you can rename that playlist or delete that film here. So I'll go through and open up a playlist here. So take a look. So you can highlight multiple playlists at the same time to open them. But we'll just start with this game here. So we'll hit the play button. And so this will take you into view the video. So we have a few different ways to watch this video. We have the watch option, analyze, breakdown, and we'll go over those here. So to start with the breakdown, once you get your game uploaded, you'll most likely start entering your data in right away. So the best way to do this is through this grid here at the bottom. You'll notice that it does look fairly similar to Classic, where you've got this grid. You can double click into the columns in cells and you can enter in all this information. This game has already been sent to assist, so we've got this information already. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see our new tendencies. So these are very interactive, and this will help you find the clips that you're looking for. So instead of having filters on the column headers like we had in Classic, we'll use these tendencies on the right-hand side. So if we want to take a look at all of the first down plays that were passes, we can click on those two filters and those will update in live time. So now you'll see here that we've got these 8 clips, and you can see that up here as well from this kind of overview. The other thing with each of these cards is we do have a lot more information that comes with these. So if you hover over the reports arrow, we can open that up and we'll get a more detailed breakdown. We can view this on second down and expand this out. And we can also select more detail to get even more information about this. So this is where it's really powerful to be able to tie your video and data together, where previously you would have to create the report and then go into that report and you would lose the video at the same time. So this has been a really huge advancement to be able to pair those together. Next, we also have options here. So we can open the reports and we can also move these tendency cards around. So you'll see the first category here is situations. So this will be just kind of the generic field data. Below that, we have our offensive tendencies. So this will be pulling from ODK, so you'll be able to view run pass. And we can open up any of these offensive tendencies and use these as filters to take a closer look so we can view plays that were to the boundary. And then we also have the defensive tendencies, which we don't have any cards in here on this account. But if we wanted to take a look at a specific column set, anytime you enter data into this column, it will pull into the tendencies cards over here. And by clicking the three dots, we can move to, and since this is already in the outcomes group, there's not an option to move this in, but you can insert your custom columns here and be able to filter out that way. The other great new thing with new Hudl is this layout is very flexible. So if we click on the breakdown option at the top, we've got a drop down arrow here, and maybe we want to move our grid to the left-hand side of the screen. And we'll see now we've got our grid over here, and this will just show us this one play. So a lot of times this is nice if you've already got it filtered down to a few clips. Once you're watching this video, you really don't need to see the entire grid or the next play. So this kind of streamlines the data. We can also move the grid to the right side if you'd prefer it over there, and move the tendencies to the left. The other thing that's really nice is the analyze feature. So say you've broken down your game on Saturday morning and you've got all your data in, you really don't need the grid view. And with this preview of the data on top, or if you've already made your playlist, you don't need to see this data anymore. So we can go into analyze. So this will give you a bigger picture of the video so that you can watch more clearly. And then you'll still have all of these tendency cards that you can filter through. So once we've made these filters, if this is a report that you would run every Saturday morning to look at first and second down pass plays, we can go up here to these filters. And once we select that blue button, we'll see every single filter that we have applied to this playlist right now, and we can save these filters. We can say this is Saturday review. And then this will be a saved filter that we can always come back and apply. So then the next week after that game, you would just simply click on this and it will automatically apply all those filters. And that way you can save that cut up week after week and you don't have to go and reapply all of those filters. I'll show you, we'll just clear those filters and we can come back and hit Saturday review, and there they populate again. So now that we've got this cut up, we can share it. And this will be the same as it has been. You can share this out with your athletes. And once you hit share, that will go right out to them, which makes that very easy to make your cut-ups every week. Next, we can go into the watch, and this will just be full screen of your video. And as you can see, you've got this preview of the data across the top. So you've got all your columns here. We can quick edit this. So if you're adding to a column later, if you had a notes column, we can always go and add that. And then we can also add these clips from this top banner to an existing playlist or create a new playlist. So we would just hit the add to, go to new playlist, or we can also send those to our highlights if that's what we're looking for. So in the video, we've got our drawing tools. So this will be similar with drawing freehand. It will stay selected. So you don't have to click the drawing tool again. So that's a really nice addition. And we can go through and select those and delete those out. And we can also edit text boxes. So that's another improvement that we've made over Classic. And there are a few more updates that should be out in the next week or so regarding these drawing tools. So make sure to check back on that and we'll have those updated for you. Go back and select a new game here. And so you'll see this is the same view that we had it as when we left the last playlist. So we'll always save that most recent view. The other thing you can do, so once we go into analyze, we can set this as our default view. So that way, every time we open this video editor or video library, we'll be able to see this with the tendencies on the right-hand side. So this will save to each unique coach. So if this is exactly what you look for every time you log in, just be sure to check that default view and you'll be able to come back to that view every time. Another awesome feature we have that's new to this platform is the collaborate feature. So this allows you to have live conversations along with this video. So you can type a conversation and tag one of the other coaches or a position group. So if we wanted to tag the offensive line, we can send them a message and they'll be notified. Any athletes that are in that O-line group, they'll get a notification and you can have live dialogue back and forth here. So there's no audio messages or Zoom features, but this essentially goes back to creating the text boxes on the clip itself. But what this does is allows you to go back and forth with the athletes to tag them in that, and then they can have that dialogue there. A lot of coaches will use that for any homework assignments that they may give, or just kind of film review in general. We also have this navigate view. So this will kind of give you a brief overview of that individual play, but you can kind of scroll through, view all of your clips. So that's really nice once you've got the video in this larger screen here. If you're looking for a specific kick return, you know it was in the third quarter, you can just scroll through here, and that will take you right into that view there. So that is the main overview with new Hudl here. I believe I've covered everything. Your roster, your schedule, that will all stay the same. The managed library will stay the same. So it's got some much needed improvements that are coming that a lot of coaches have really found useful, especially pairing this data here. There is another feature here in the analyze. We can show the tendencies as the full screen. So this is essentially your reports page. So if you wanted to just view the data, we can click in here and find our run plays. And if we wanted to view the runs to the right, and then once we move that back to the side, you'll see that these filters are still selected. So we can go out and share this as a playlist with our team. Perfect. Well, I hope this was helpful for everyone. We're excited for the season and hope you guys have a great year, and hope to see you around at our online classes coming up. So that'll be at hudl.com/classes. So you see we have a few more sessions throughout this fall. We've got some assist sessions for football, a little bit more information about Hudl Focus Outdoor if you happen to have a focus camera. And then towards the end of the year, we'll have a session specifically for highlights to help you help your athletes. And you can send your athletes to that session as well, so we can help them get recruited and make the best highlights at the end of the season. So hope to see you around at our next sessions.